Great, the moment I sit down to film, everyone just decides to start making a shit ton of fucking noise. Please hold on a moment. The titties are out today though. That's good, right? They're hurting. They're hurting. I'm not pregnant though. I took the day after pill like a week ago, but I took it 2 days after. I'm not pregnant. I don't think so. I'm not pregnant. Anyways, okay, so there's a drill in the background. Let's just tune it out. I want to talk to you guys about my relationship. I know I really haven't been talking about it a lot lately on my channel, and that's just because I, first of all, have been enjoying it. It's been going amazing. I think that during the summertime, I really made a mistake in making so many negative videos about Brad, also previously known as Anwar, because a lot of people took the things that I said in a state of depression and despair, and now they just can't seem to let them go, and they think that Brad is like a bad guy or something. And to be honest, in the beginning things were a little bit complicated. As you know, he did not want to make things official between us because he was freaked out about the age thing, and at first that really upset me because he was having sex with me, we were going out every single weekend, he was taking me out on dates, he was making me feel like I was an important part of his life, but then he just didn't want to commit to me. And I talked to a lot of people about this, and they said, oh, typical New York City guy, doesn't want to commit to anything. And I thought that maybe it's just because he was being selfish and that he just wanted to get it in and not have to only be with me. But according to him, and as far as I know, I am the only person that he's been with since the day he met me, which, you know, I can't say the same for myself. Like, no, I never cheated on him, but yeah, like I continued to date other people while I was still dating him. So, you know, if anything, I'm kind of the douchebag. He is older than I am. He is almost 15 years older than me, and he is at an age when he really has to think long and hard about the next serious relationship he gets into, because for him, it might be the last. He is reaching an age where it is pretty much expected for people to be married and to settle down, and he doesn't want to just go another 4 or 5 years having a relationship that's not going to turn into anything. He also told me that he was freaked out by my age because at my age he was like partying and sleeping around and wasn't thinking of settling down. I totally understand why he was hesitant in getting involved with me, and I know it wasn't anything personal. I know that he appreciates and cares for me very much, and the way I know it is because he's shown it to me. He's not just one of those guys that is constantly saying how much he cares and then not doing shit about it. Like, he has actually done things for me that let me know that he is a good person, which is something that is so rare nowadays, and that is why I stuck by him. Even when he didn't want to put a label on it, I just kept kind of like pushing for things to work between us because I had never met somebody so wonderful in my entire life. And like, some things are just kind of worth fighting for, and good things in life aren't always easy. Like, I was just thinking about this the other day. Like, for example, Frank, having a dog isn't easy, but it's so rewarding. And this relationship has been slightly challenging in the beginning, but now it's kind of just smoothed out, and I would say it's been pretty awesome. No problems since like November. We never ever fight. We always have a great time. I feel like I can be 100% myself around him. At the moment, he is like my absolute favorite person to hang out with, and I love that him and I can get dressed up and go to fancy restaurants, but then we can also wear sweatpants and order pizza and play Call of Duty. It's honestly just so perfect, and the more I learn about him, the more I realize he is like a diamond in the rough. I am a woman that for a long time became accustomed to men treating her like shit and men being abusive verbally and physically. So at first, when I was being treated this way, it was like, holy shit, this is fucking amazing. And also, that is another reason why I was so upset when things weren't working out between us, because here was the first time I'd ever really truly been happy with somebody and it wasn't working out, and so that frustrated me, and that's why I made all those crying videos and why I acted like a fucking psychopath. And I actually want to apologize, not just to Brad for making those fucking crazy videos, but also to you guys, because a lot of people that watch me are guys and other women my age or slightly younger, and what the fuck kind of example am I setting to people, to other single people, or to other people that are just starting out in relationships by acting that way? And so this is also like a formal apology for all of the batshit crazy behavior before, and if anything does happen in the future that is similar to what happened over the past few months, I will try to handle it like a mature, normal adult. Mental health is the #1 most important thing to me, and I have been a crazy bitch in the past, and I don't want to be a crazy bitch anymore. But like I said, I reacted very, very badly when things weren't working out with me and Brad, and that's just because I cared for him so much, and I had never had anybody treat me the way he has. So to think of losing that was like actually devastating to me. But he has taught me a lot of things about mature adult relationships, and the #1 thing that he has taught me is, as a woman or a man, you should never ever accept somebody raising their voice to you, talking down to you, or calling you a bitch. Previous boyfriends used to yell at me all the time, or he used to call me a bitch or a dumb bitch, and he said, Stephanie, like, if in the future you ever date somebody else and they raise their voice to you or call you a bitch, you leave that man. And like, that just showed me he was raised the right way, that he believes in kindness, and he's the type of person who treats people with respect, knows how to treat a woman, and I just think that's so important. And I think that sometimes a lot of men in my generation, they hear people calling women bitches and terrible things in songs and on TV, and so they get it embedded into their brains that that's okay. It's not ever okay to talk to not only a woman that way, but another human being that way. I have known Brad since August, and he has not once raised his voice to me. He's just so kind and gentle and warm and amazing, and like, I just can't believe that a person like that exists, you know? It's just so fucking crazy, because I'm just used to douchebags, and it's nice to know that there are still some good people out there, and I'm sure a lot of people who are watching this are shaking their heads like, yeah, like, this is how you're supposed to be treated, like, this is how I'm treated, or this is how I treat my girlfriend. And if you're one of those people, like, good for you. And if you're one of those people who talks down to your significant other or calls your significant other names, stop, because that is mental abuse and it's not okay. And if you're in a situation where your significant other is calling you names or yelling at you, that is just absolutely not okay. And don't ever settle for it. I settled for it for so many years, and for a while I actually believed that that was normal and that that was how I was supposed to be treated, and it wreaked havoc on me psychologically and on my self-esteem, and I would never go back to a relationship like that. Another sort of kind of little tiny update about my relationship: I am going with Brad on our first ever vacation. I have never in my life been anywhere tropical, and he's taking me on a tropical Valentine's Day getaway, and I am so fucking excited. We just booked our trip. We're going to St. Martin, and yeah, expect a lot of vlogs and surprises while we are there. So yeah, that's gonna be it for today's video. Thanks for listening to me kind of ramble. Make sure to click the thumbs up if you're excited for me. Make sure to subscribe to my channel and click the little bell next to it to join the notification squad, because that makes you cool or some shit, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!